100 million, all facts, no cap, false. Nigga, you not a boss, you got a boss. Niggas getting jerked, that shit hurts. I take it personally.
Happy Friday.
Niggas rather work for the man than to work with me. Just so they can pretend they on my level. That shit is irking to me. Pride always goeth before the fall. Almost certainly. It's disturbing what I gross.
All right, that's enough. We'll be in this day all night dancing. How you feeling, Marcus?
I'm good. How are you, my friend?
I am amazing in my Marcus Black voice. So that's your favorite Beyonce song?
Yeah, I'm excited. No, EXO, I got a bunch of them. I like that one. I really love when he said, over here we measure success by how many people are successful next to you. So just because you got it don't mean you really got it. It's really about making sure that when you get it, you help somebody else get it as well. Yeah. So anyway, I'm here for it.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That is my favorite, and I do it with the Shakes motivational speaker. That is Marcus Black. As you see, EYB Summit. I've been coming through the mornings and the evenings, supporting, empowering, motivating for this event, because this is the last event of the year that's going to change your mindset, your business, everything. Marcus spoke last year, and when I hear him speak, it like rattles in my heart. It's like this thunderous, brrr, and you had so many great accomplishments this year. Can you just share with the people, if you're here, you've heard me here all week, and if you haven't, well, elevate your business. It's a 3-day event. Last year it was 1 day. Marcus, this year it's 3 days. We have Glenn Lundy kicking off day 1. It's like we're bringing in the guns. I had another good year. I wrote a book. Not sure if you're aware. I got a podcast because of you. And you know what I did with your podcast? I saw it, and when I first saw it, I was like, oh my gosh. But then I scrolled all the way back to your very first one, and I was like, okay, it's okay, because I wanted it to be perfect.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. Go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead. What are you saying?
No, I was going to say, what was it like when you first started? Were you nervous? Were you like, I want to wait till things are perfect?
I didn't want to wait till things were perfect, but I was like, what's up, Ashley? What up, though? I just felt like it was, what's the point, man? Who cares about what I have to say? Who wants to sit and listen to me ramble? So I wrestled in my mind for a while about whether or not I should or shouldn't start. But I said, you know what? I'm going to just do this for me. I always preach, do it for the love, not for the likes. I'm not worried about who comes and how many come. I'm just going to put my voice out there and build. And now it's a top 3% globally ranked show. We got 5 seasons and
nice.
And listeners in over 60 countries now.
Wow. Did you imagine that when you first started? Was that your thing?
No,
like you want to be?
Ain't no way. There was a 0% chance I thought this would be a reality, but the best thing I think I did, what up, family? The best thing I did was just to keep pushing the voice out there, because so many times we get lost in the sauce of who's watching and when they're watching, or like you said, wanting it to be perfect, when the greatest thing you can do is to show up with your message and put it out to the world. And podcast is a free or inexpensive version of build a platform to get your voice heard. So everybody's like, somebody bring me on, and I didn't want to play that game. I was like, I just start my own and go from there.
Right,
and it's worked out very well for me.
I love it. And I brought you on, and I've been telling everyone, there was a certain amount of people that I brought onto this event. They had to connect with me somehow, and you supported me. And, not just what you did, but the fact that you actually poured into me. You listened to me. I remember when I first met you in Kentucky, and your energy, we went out to eat. I was like, it's so cool. And, you gave me the session, how to speak, and, you gave me what you do. Because a lot of people, they will tell you what they do. You have to do it this way. This is your outline, and okay, do what's best for you, Tina. Can you share with those people out there that want to be motivational speakers, how you got started, how you put in the work? We'd love to hear that.
Absolutely. So, what's crazy is it wasn't something that I necessarily wanted in the beginning, because again, there's a lot of trauma that I faced in my childhood and my past. And I know that I'm not the only one, right? If you're listening to the sound of my voice, facts of life is pain, facts of life, trauma. Every single one of us have it. But the greatest mistake you can make is act like those things discount or disqualify you from being able to make an impact on the planet. Because you ain't ever made 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 figures in a year. Who cares? It's not about that. So when I got out of my own way and I stopped thinking about those things and I just started showing up, opportunities were created. So then I'm like, okay, they tell me action follows belief. So for a long time, I believed the worst about myself, but I started to believe the best about myself and say, you know what, I'm gonna be one of the top speakers in the world one day. So how do I do that? What does that look like? And I found out the people who were doing it at the level I wanted to do it and were doing it how I wanted to do it. And then I reached out. I don't know what made me do that. The people in my life said, boy, you crazy. Why would you do that? These people gonna think you crazy. And you're gonna get your feelings hurt reaching out to these people. But I didn't care because listen, I got nothing to lose. If they say no, I lose nothing. But if they say yes, it changes everything. And both of my favorite speakers at the time said yes. I've been able to meet all my favorite speakers now, and many of them consider me colleague, which is wild. But none of that was in the realm of possibility in my mind when I started. But you ain't got to be great to start. But you definitely have to start in order to be great. So those people who like, I want to do it, I kind of want to do it, I think, no, stop thinking yourself into oblivion and start taking steps. All right, let me calm down.
I love it. I love it. I have a question for you. Angeline is in the building. So,
Hey.
Marcus, I interviewed Marvin this morning, and he was saying the importance of being focused. Were you always focused just on speaking? Did you do other things? Tell us about that, please.
No, I wasn't always just focused on speaking, but I think I think he's right. Focus matters, and the way I approach it is, whatever I'm doing in the moment is what has my ultimate focus. So I wrote my own book. I help other people write books. I help other people speak. I speak. I run a mentoring program for kids in the inner city. So I do a lot of different things. But whatever I'm doing in the moment has 100% of my focus. And like I just did the TED Talk. That was one of the biggest, most difficult things I had to do that I've ever done, but it required a huge percentage of my focus. So whatever I'm doing at the moment, you got to lock in. You have to have that ability to silence the noise and get in your zone in order to be effective in whatever it is you want to do.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So we have it out there. If anyone has questions for you, bring it up, bring it up. So like I said, I'm so excited for next year. And you know what, I've been saying this, I want to do a TEDx. I'll let Angeline go first because she always has some amazing questions. Angeline, you want to go next and give him a question?
Oh my gosh, I'm just so happy that you're coming through again and that you said yes. I always love hearing you speak, Marcus. I got you because you can. Now, I want to hear it. I know that you've said it before, but tell our audience what we have looking forward to for the summit and where the because you can came from.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't even know that.
Yeah.
You don't know where it came from. So one of the things I told you, I reached out to one of my favorite speakers in the beginning, Trent Shelton. Shout out to you, Brody. That's my brother now.
Trent Shelton!
Yeah.
I reached out to him and he was coaching me and he was training me, kind of what I do with a lot of people now. And one of the first things he asked me is like, he asked me a couple questions like, what's your magnet? What draws people to you? So he's asking me these things that I don't know, bro. I don't know. What's gonna be the thing that separates you? I don't know. What's gonna be your tagline that people know you for? That when they hear the words, they hear it in your voice. And I'm like, you asking me all these questions? So I started wrecking my brain trying to come up with a tagline. Everybody knows his. Like, if you ever heard his name, you ever heard him speak once, he always says it, you know? Like I say, at the end of all his hundred millions of views videos, it all starts with you, right? It's rehab time. He says it every time, every time, every time. He said everyone's brand needs a phrase that is synonymous with you. Nike, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Have it your way. Burger King. I'm loving it. McDonald's. Like, you could just, you know, go on and on and on. You know these brands, you associate them with these phrases. He was like, you need to become that. If you're going to become the brand you're meant to be. So I put my brain to it and I couldn't think of nothing. I was drawing blanks for a long time. Literally, it took me a year to come up with that. And when I came up with it, it was the most organic way. I was on a live stream conversation and a person heard me from across the lake. Because if y'all don't know, I get a little bit energetic when I speak. So I was outside like I am now. I'm almost always outside. And this lady came from across the street. And she said, I heard you from across the lake. So we start having this conversation. And she starts telling me how she's worthless. She starts telling me how she struggled with addiction. She don't think she's been abused again and again. She don't think she'll ever be able to do anything good or worthwhile in this life. And I said, I ain't gonna tell you exactly what I said. But let's just say I got real energetic, and what I told her is it don't matter what those people told you, they lied to you, and you can tell them I said it. And so next thing I know, I started speaking life. I started breathing fire to her, and I'm like, oh, snap. And I said, I don't care who told you can't, they lied. I'm telling you that you can. So whatever you put your mind to, you can do that. You can beat any addiction, you can beat any struggle, any obstacle. So get up and go do it. And I yelled, because you can. I just yelled it. And it came. That's the first time I ever said it. And the hair on my entire body stood up. I had chills up and down my spine, and I knew, like, that's it. And the
That
reason
was
it
it.
resonated with me is because I was always told that I can't my
Mm.
entire life. And I decided I could, so I did, and now I want to empower the world to know they can too.
I love it, Marcus. Honestly, when I first heard you say it on the BWC stage, when I first started hearing your voice, and you have such a powerful, magnetic voice. And the first time I heard you start really speaking that, because you didn't at first speak these words, because again, it didn't come to you yet, right? You were going through your things. And then when you brought it and you're like, because you can, I was like, I got chills too. Like, boom. And what I love about what you just shared here is that I literally, anytime I read this or put this sweater on, this hoodie on, I hear your voice. I know Marcus Black, and it's amazing. I love it. I love the growth that you've gone. You have gotten to levels that I know I've held myself back because, just because. And you're inspiring, and I'm so excited to hear you speak on our stage and for you to say yes again on our anniversary of this event that Stars Tina has been putting together. She did it last year. Now we've expanded to 3 days, and I'm so honored to just be part of it. And this is really her show, but
Stop it, Angeline. So, question for you as well. As you're speaking, I'm like, should I ask this question? Shouldn't I? But I'm going to go there because it's just how it is. So I've been watching a lot of documentaries. I watched the Kurt Franklin. Tyler Perry has one. I'm not sure if you heard of that. And a lot of these men that are super powerful, super like focused, they had some type of traumedy come over them. And that's actually the name of my book, No More Traumedy. And for those of you that don't know, a traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. And when that happens, life-changing experiences occur. And this time of year is really tough for a lot of people. I've got that wave up, down, and I was just curious, would you like to share, have you ever gone through some type of trauma? And do you think that's where this power comes from within you?
Have I ever? The question is not have I ever, it's how many times. Like that's the majority of my life, up through age 26. So I could name 10 over off the top of my head, you know what I'm saying? Even me and Death did the tango a couple times, Dance with Death. I'm not even supposed to be here. So I do communicate with a certain urgency because I am living on borrowed time. But when you ask the question, what role does that situation or those situations play in what I have been able to accomplish and become? And it's like, it's everything because it is the fuel. It is, like you said, when you go through those experiences, it changes you ways and you can't fathom. And most of the time, if you get stuck in the rut and you're thinking this is all bad and it's meant to harm you, then you'll just lay there and you won't ever accomplish what you're meant to accomplish. But if you can separate yourself just enough to realize that there are lessons being learned from those situations, there's strength happening, there's things that are happening inside of you that are helping you become who you were meant to become. And if you will take that, then you can level up. And most successful people have gone through some type of a traumedy, as you said. Like it's almost like a rite of passage because it drives you in a different way once you've had these pivotal experiences.
Thank you so much for sharing that, because a lot of people will see people like you and, other people and like, oh, they're lucky. They've got this, they've got that. You just got a TEDx. And I always say, you don't know what someone's go through. You probably can't even handle what they went through. In the Beyonce movie, I'm going to just share this all the time. She was like, yeah, I've been through a lot. And who would think Beyonce would go through anything? Like, we don't know what she's been through. And I'm so excited for this event. And if you haven't purchased your tickets yet, EYBSummit.com, purchase your tickets. We have a BOGO. It's 3 days. Angeline, get ready to give us that rundown. Angeline. Marcus, what would you like to leave the people with what can they expect on your day? Angeline's going to say the day you're speaking. I don't even know. But what can they expect from you in the new year?
He's gonna bring it in day 2 for us on
Tuesday,
Friday.
Tuesday. What can we expect from to see you next year?
Man, it's going crazy. So I am gearing up for some stuff that ain't nobody ever seen from me. It's a new season next year, so the next season I can't give it away, but I'm just gonna just drop some seeds here. So you heard it here first. But I got some new merchandise coming out that's going to be built off of the season of the podcast. I also have a new book coming out. And I also have a new album coming out, a motivation album
Woo,
coming out. I
woo,
already got
woo.
one. Album 2 is
Is
in the
that
works.
what your wife is singing with you on there? On the
No,
album?
she ain't singing on this one. It's just gonna
No?
be straight me yelling.
That one
So
was fire. So I'm excited.
yeah.
Now you have your own. What? I'm excited.
Oh
This is
yeah,
gonna be
it'll
hot.
be a
This is gonna
whole
be hot.
tracks of just straight epic motivation. So if you need a little pick me up, I got a kick for you.
Here
But
we
and then
go. Hey, listen, this is the lineup for the next summit, Tina. Our album is gonna be Team Marcus Black. I love it. Our music album lineup. So good.
Yeah, so I'm excited, man. Next year already, my calendar is filling up already, and I'm like, I haven't even made a post. You know how you got to make the post to say now booking, but it's like it might not be a point because it's gonna already be booked up, which is wild.
Exactly. What is your book about?
It is. Let me see. How can I say this without giving it away? Because it's all going. When I drop, I'm dropping like a
I
supernova.
thought it was out already. I'm sorry. I thought it was out already.
Oh no no
Coming
no! I got one that's
2024.
out now, and it's called "Asleep at the Wheel: Taking Back Control of Your Life." And so, if you ever felt like you just wake up one day and you don't know how you got where you are, you got a little bit off track, and a little bit became a lot of bit, and now you're just trying to find your way back, but you feel like you're a hamster on a wheel, going through the motions, not getting where you want to go. It is a guide to help you find your way back to purpose, and a push to help you overcome all the adversity you face, so you can maximize your purpose and potential.
Woo! All
So
right,
good.
Angeline, give us
All
that
right,
rundown,
here we
girlfriend.
go. Here we go. Here
Asleep
is
at the wheel. That's a pretty good.
the
That sounds pretty
yeah.
amazing, Marcus. You got more going on than I thought. Like, whoa.
I fell asleep at the
Mm,
wheel, and I highly do not suggest, but that story's in the book.
so
All
good.
right, Angeline, you're up,
I
girlfriend.
have to get it. All right, day 1. We're kicking it off with the one and the only Glenn Lundy himself, Ramon Ray, Araya McGarry, Dre Baldwin, Rudy LaRousse, and Dr. Fred. Then day 2, our guys, Marvin Reed, Marcus Black, because you can, man. I love it. I love it. T.M. Hyman, America's favorite mentor, Megan Z. Martino, the queen herself, Malika Starr, and then rounding it off with the queen, Barbara Majeski. And day 3, my favorite day, Dr. Jeannie Snyder is our MC, Marilyn Wilkin, Dora Maria, Debbie Delling-Waba, Mama Hattie, Dr. Dale, Fatima, Shantae Health Wells is coming through, and the amazing Kim Walsh Phillips and Justin Guarini are going to be there live with us in Orlando. I'm so excited. I wish you could come, Marcus. I'm really sad that you can't, but next time we'll get it. I know you're heavily booked and blessed, my friend, and I'm just honored that day 2 you're going to be there pouring into our community. So y'all register at EYBSummit.com. You'll need to be there.
Let's get it. Listen, I want to say this and then I'll get out of your hair, all right? So, a few years ago, I was going to see my mentor, and I didn't know how to get to where we were meeting. And so I asked him, I texted him, say, bro, can I get the address? He shot it to me. I said, okay, that still don't mean nothing to me. So I had to plug it into a GPS. I plugged his address into GPS. GPS didn't tell me how to get to my mentor. It gave me options. Option number 1 said, we can get you there in the quickest amount of time. We'll bypass all the inconveniences. We'll get you right where you want to go, but it's going to come at a cost. Option number 2 said, we'll get you there a little bit slower, but it won't really cost you. But you know, it might run into some different traffic and construction along the way. And option number 3 said, it might take till Christmas, but you'll see some sights and scenes and sounds along the way. Well, to me, I got a lot going on. Time is money, and I don't want to be sitting here waiting and spending no unnecessary time that I already know ain't promised to me because I dance with death. So I said, I want the fast route. So I hit it, took me on the tollway, avoided all the traffic, got where I was going, and en route, a revelation hit me. That is exactly what it is like for your business when you look at the blueprint for where you are trying to go. there is not one way to success. And some people will tell you, nah, they lie. It's no one way to success. It's a lot of different routes, but they come with different time frames. And what I'm telling you is, if you want the accelerated path to where you're trying to get, it's going to come at a cost. And so you have to be willing to invest in yourself. So you look at this opportunity, and there's opportunity for you to purchase tickets, and you're like, I don't know, it's Christmas time. Give yourself a gift. Be selfish. Because this is the gift. The one investment you will make that will never return void is the one you make in yourself. And it accelerates your path. I know for a fact, from experience, it'll accelerate the path from where you are to where you want to be. So invest in yourself, man. Get your ticket. Pull up. Let's go. Be hard.
Go, Mike.
Yeah.
Marcus Black.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic. All right. So, you got one on too? I'm jealous. I gotta get one. What colors do they come in?
All the colors. All the
literally.
colors. I was like, maybe every month I need to give me a new color just because this is such a great material. But listen, Florida, we really don't get a chance to wear these. So when it got Florida cold over here and I get cold below 70, I'm freezing. I'm like, I get them because you can, Eddie.
I love it. I love it, my friend.
When you get the dark purple, though, let me know because I'll get me another one. I need a dark purple.
I got dark purple. It's called plum.
Do you know? It wasn't.
I got all the colors.
You got the plum now? All right,
I got all the colors.
I gotta hit you up because when I checked, I was just the violet. I'm gonna hit you up.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye, guys. See you.
Bye.
Thanks for rolling through.